And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Now, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now Locke throwing on second down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. On third and long, it's Locke. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
A 49-yard attempt.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. Room here to run. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Jones operating from the gun. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing Jones, looking for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On play action, Lock. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Going deep here for Stills. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Stills the intended target.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. And he whips that one incomplete there. Mike Williams the intended target, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Here's Jones throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
Go! Hey, exit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Over the middle, complete to Tate. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up second down. So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Bravo!
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Hey, Wahoo!
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And finding the tight end Hooper. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 16.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Let's go now. 90, Wolf.
59, Mike to 59. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Watch the eye. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the safety creep.
Get.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
At the 6-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On second and goal, Barkley looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Lorenzo Carter, his second sack of the night. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, lock it. I'm coming after you.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Going deep here for Stills. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Locke going to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Another carry now for Gurley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Set 18 Gator. Drop, rock it.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Locke to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Escaping the pressure right. And the Rams with a score. Touchdown. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
61, match box, right.
From the gun on third down, Jones. He's going to let one fly for Tate. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 46 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. 2nd and 14. Steps away. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
He's checking. Check. Brad down. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
6'6", bullet high.
Check 99.
Hit it.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Forced out to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Locke. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. On 1st down, Locke. He's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams are once again going to retake the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On the ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check, 59.
Now Jones, operating from the gun. That one complete. He finds Shark. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Check 59, Mike.
Go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check, 59. I'm here all day. Show it up. Watch safety.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Safety screaming. Switch.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Big stop.
From the gun, Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Look, squeeze. Snap.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They fake the handoff, now Locke. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Johnny Hecker now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Tate. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Aaron Donald in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now Locke. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Hey, Echo. Let's go.
Lock to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Fighting for the end zone. He lost lost the football. It's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We got it. We got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Buying time to his left. And this will be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. Third down here. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Los Angeles, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.